again. I'm stopping by with a tip for cleaning out your energy field with a quick, literal sweep. Specifically, sweeping out astral trails from your energy field. And pretty much as literally as this maid sweeping the floors of her employer's home in this Pieter Janssens painting, titled Interior with Painter, Woman Reading, and Maid Sweeping, created around 1665 to 1670. Back to that in a sec. Astral trails, as I understand them, are like energetic breadcrumb trails we leave behind us. They get created when traveling with our consciousness, when asleep and dreaming, since the body needs rest but the spirit sure doesn't, or while meditating, practicing astral projection or bilocation, and I believe even just when traversing the earth plane as usual with our physical bodies, since our existence is so multidimensional. Intentionally brushing away these trails upon waking, after coming out of meditative or dream states, and even just for good measure from time to time, ensures no other energies or entities less aligned with source consciousness can perceive your movements or follow you around. It's like a way of covering your tracks, remaining discreet, steering clear of lower vibratory influences, and clearing space. And that's essentially what the Maid in Janssens' painting is doing. Quietly removing traces of dirt and debris dragged in by the household's comings and goings. Tidying and refining the living quarters in which her mistress studies a book and stretches out leisurely, her master apparently dabbles at a canvas, and she herself works the day away. It's actually thought to be something of a self-portrait, with Janssens inserting himself sort of Inception style, painting a painting within a painting. You can just glimpse a palette in his hand there. His emphasis on linear perspective, rectilinear shapes, and the crisp contrasts between sunlight and shadow and the black and white tones of the floor does lend the whole scene something of a composed, pristine air that you can almost feel. A calm hangs over the interior. Everything is clean and in its proper place, except that pesky, slightly askance chair. A painstakingly subtle, realistic, and just very Dutch detail that suggests the maid's job is never quite done. Kind of like how practicing energetic hygiene is an ongoing thing. I say very Dutch detail because such nuance and naturalism are hallmarks of Dutch Golden Age art, in which genre scenes like this one had a pretty prominent place in the creative hierarchy. Other European traditions tend to largely favor history and mythology paintings, and while the Dutch masters painted those too, they also produced works like this one, focused on the commonplace private moments and minutiae that tend to actually make up daily life. I mean, this image clearly depicts a rather wealthy household. And Janssens is actually said to be stretching the bounds of realism to show his knack for geometric precision here, since fancy marble floors like that weren't all that common in Holland, according to the Städel museum that owns the work. But overall, genre scenes take what is quotidian and elevate it beyond the everyday. Even the haphazard placement of a piece of furniture can say something about the quirkiness of lived experience. Most of the action can hang on the simple act of sweeping. Even the simple broom carries far more complex symbolism. It represents balance between the divine masculine and feminine, for starters, with its long wooden handle and mass of soft bristles. It's been more than a cleaning tool since ancient times, often used to cleanse and guard sacred spaces before ceremonies took place, and it became linked to the energetic health and protection of the home. Even today, some people will get rid of their old broom and buy a new one before moving into a new house to avoid bringing old issues and attachments along with them. Or they'll jump over a broom, out of their old life and into their new life while getting married. And since women became so linked to the home and ideals of upright domesticity, the broom also came to represent women's oppression, and escaping from it, through the use of witchcraft, herbalism, and magic. Every Halloween you're likely to spot imagery of a witch riding a broomstick. I've read that might have something to do with witches and the application of ointments with psychosomatic ingredients with the broomstick in places. But let me stick with this. The broom still represents what magical transformation is at its core, shifting energy and creating change. It's totally optional, but I personally like to call upon light beings or ascended masters associated with magical transformation to help me sweep out my aura in space. A few popular ones are Saint-Germain or Saint-Germain, Merlin, the goddesses Isis and Kuan Yin. You can ask any of them or all of them to support you. So let me show you how I do it. If you'd like, briefly connect to the guides of your choice, the ones I mentioned or your own. I often connect with Merlin for this. And imagine an energetic broom of your choice materializing instantly by your side. I usually envision a golden broom, like your average house broom, a bit undersized probably, kind of glowy and translucent. Gold is the color of soul sovereignty, good for reinforcing the command we have over our energy field and our experience, and also of unity consciousness, bringing in the protective frequency of oneness. But make your broom any color, size, or shape that you want. Maybe a mini hand broom or a full-on push broom suits you better. Maybe many brooms at once. Anything goes. And sweep yourself out. Direct the broom with your awareness, sweeping up and down the whole length of your body, vertically in a tight circle, or sweeping side to side, working through yourself more like in cross sections, or both in succession. Sweep however feels natural and comprehensive to you, in any pattern that makes you feel like the broom's bristles are whisking and swishing across and through your entire body and aura. Visualize any astral trails connecting you to any places on the physical plane or other dimensional planes being briskly brushed away. I sort of see them as these wispy trails of grainy, pewter-colored energy. Let me know how they might look to you. And just let them dissolve into the air and the broom's bristles into nothingness. Take notice of any shifts or sensations you feel while being swept out. And when the process feels complete, trust it's complete. It's as fast and simple as that. It's really only meant to take a few seconds. You can sweep spaces out in this way too. I recommend doing so. I'll sweep out myself and my bedroom in the middle of the night if I wake up, and after really getting up for the morning. And this feels great to do when out in public spaces or traveling, because you can clean up a lot of stuff left unwittingly behind by other people. Sweep out airports, airplanes, trains, buses, stations, your own or other people's cars, and your destinations. Any place really where lots of people come and go. Shops, hotels, professional or medical offices, salons or spas, schools and campus buildings, libraries, churches, parks, restaurants, bars, theaters, stadiums. You bet I go through museums and galleries clearing them. Even places in nature that draw crowds. I recently visited a closed cave system that does a lot of tours for my birthday and was covertly doing this and some other energy work down there, which was super cool. Though I have to say, I think the inner earth has a way of looking out for itself because it felt pretty great down there. And overall, I feel there wasn't much to do. It cleared me out and left me feeling sparkly, if anything, and grounded. If you're ever in Wisconsin, I recommend checking out Cave of the Mounds if you can. Anyway, I would definitely say give yourself an astral sweep after working energetically or performing healing anywhere on Earth or in the quantum field as well. That's all I've got for now, but I hope this serves you well. Keep calm and sweep on. I'm Emily, and I'll catch you again soon.